Leo nimejiuliza kama watu wanaishi kwa nyumbani wana, wanaangalia sisi kwa diaspora kama aje. What I try to ask myself in Swahili was, no, what I said in Swahili is, today I asked myself, how do the people who stay back home, the Kenyans back home, view the diaspora community, pretty much all the Kenyans who live abroad? Now, the reason this question comes up is based off of a YouTuber I watch. You guys should check his channel out if you're a Kenyan thinking of going back. He's also Kenyan. He's in the process of transitioning. And he makes these videos where he gives you an insight of challenges you may not expect when you're returning because he's in the process. And these are things mostly that probably would relate to cultural expectations and things that you may face when you go back that you weren't expecting to. So today he posted a video saying how people in the village will view some of the returnees. And by the way, his channel is Wuon ODD. I think that's WUON ODIDI. So he posted a video talking about people in the village viewing you as selfish. And then I looked at that video and I was like, very insightful. And I thought about it and I'm like, which is very true, why they would view you as that. Depending on the time of your life you're returning, let's say you're older, you're retiring from the US or from the UK, you're a Kenyan going back. If I'm in my retirement phase, I'm not trying to go home and be the piggy bank for everyone. Also, if I'm in my building phase, my 20s, when I'm trying to go out there and, build something from scratch, I also wouldn't want the same pressures, right? So, this is a thing he brought up because those are cultural expectations based off how we live back home compared to here. Here in the US, everyone's to themselves. It's more of an individualistic society because that's what it requires essentially. Like everyone's trying to make ends meet, so they're just so tunnel visioned on their path that it's like that community is not really there. So I was thinking, I'm like, when I go back, how will I be viewed? Because that selfish thing could be there based off Wuon's video. But also, I wanted to think about what were my experiences like when I went back to Kenya. When I went back, I would be able to categorize my experiences into two. Let's simplify it into two different categories. On one side, you have the genuine, just here to perform whatever service. If it's an Uber driver, here to perform that, and whatever you decide to tip me, that's it. Have a great day. It was great talking. And then there's the people who have the ulterior motive, trying to jack up and see you, trying to jack up the price, and all they see you is as a piggy bank. So, in both occasions, people would be very friendly, good conversations, and this and the other. But it was usually in the end where it's like the person who had an ulterior motive. I just want to get as much money out of this American guy, this American Kenyan. Um, they would usually try to, I don't want to say swindle or anything, sweet talk you more, raising the tip or trying to change the price. I know enough Swahili and can understand enough to respond to tell them like, yeah, we're not doing those games. Like I know what the price is, this and the other. But even worse, it's like, let's say I did give somebody a good tip at the end of a ride, a 500 shilling Uber ride. I tip them like 200 shillings, almost. That's a lot. Like that's like 40%. But that's not like a doubling the amount or something. Sometimes these people would take that nicety, that tip, and think like, oh, let me milk this. 3 minutes later, I'm getting text messages because they can see my M-Pesa number. M-Pesa is what we use to send money back home for the Americans. They can see my M-Pesa number, so they're texting me and then they're giving me a sob story of, oh my gosh, my kid's in the hospital, A, B, C, D. Is there any way you can send me some more money to help? Like immediately, I'm like, bro, I just met you. This ain't my first rodeo. We're not about to do this. We're not about to do this. I hope your kid gets better, but I'm not sending you any more money. So it's like, even that right now, there's people watching this video who probably see me as a green flag going back. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to. beat that pinata. Um, I don't know how to explain. I'm not gonna sit here and try to be like, oh, I'm some wizard, nothing can get past me. But it's not my first rodeo. I've seen both sides of the spectrum, from doing things the right way to the illegal side, right? And I'm well aware of how scams come about. Um, Personally, I've worked in sales for 2 years, and every day I would make like 60 to 80 calls a day. It's calling people, and I'm talking to like high end paralegals and different types of people in different positions. So I got used to conversation. I got used to understanding social cues just based off voice, let alone what you're saying, just your tone and everything. You can read so much. Outside of that, I also did Amway. That's an MLM. So every day after work, after making 60, 80 calls, I would go outside and meet people face to face, a good 10, 20 people, face to face conversations that you're starting. So in a day, I would talk to almost 100 people, whether that's 60 on the phone or 80 on the phone and then 20 outside in person. So I gained a knack for reading people very quickly, reading when somebody's trying to pitch you, when somebody is trying to, get this conversation here, or get you to sweeten up, or to trust them, or get you to put your guard down, A, B, C, D. So on this journey going back, that's a big thing that I ask myself. How do the people back home view me? Now, this is not to paint everyone back home as somebody who's just looking for a come up. There's genuine Kenyans, and I love those people. The ones who just want to see you come back and do good, who don't have any animosity, who don't see you as some competition. I'm not going to Kenya to compete with jobs, right? I'm going there to try to create something for people. So that's a big question that I have for myself. How are these people viewing me? Will these interactions be genuine? Will they be fluffed up, right? I'm not somebody who, in a sense, makes friends super easily, like let somebody get super close. No, 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 no. So, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of growth. Sometimes people view you as a big target, but then there's those people who are there genuinely in support of you. Not the challenge is not putting on the blinders to avoid these bad people, and also pushing away genuine good people. And yeah. So, yeah, that's a question that I had. What do you guys think? Are you a person who's back home in Kenya? How do you view the diaspora? How do you view us from are we your cousins, or are we just like the bratty the bratty cousins that comes around during December to enjoy Kenya, get fattened up with the family and leave? They call us snowbirds. But yeah, sorry for that rant. No, I'm not sorry for that rant. That's the point of this video. What do the people back home view us as? Wanatuangalia aje? Uniambie. That's the end of this video. I love y'all. Tutaonana. That means we'll see each other again in Swahili. Take care. Bye.